Step into the mind of the unknown, where we dive deep into the unique human experience, where we blend the dark and the light. I'm your host Fabian, this is my co-host Sam, and welcome to Anything Evil.
Yo,
What's good, y'all?
welcome back, guys. It's Friday. You know what that means. Brand new episode of Anything Evil.
Yes, sir.
What's up? How you guys doing? Happy Mundial. Fucking Mexico barely made it.
Happy mental health awareness.
Oh,
Happy
men's
Pride.
Happy Pride. Yeah.
Happy everything, bro.
Yep. Happy. What is it? USA 250 too. Right. It's
I don't know.
this weekend,
Happy Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Damn,
yeah.
fucking June is stacked now,
Stacked,
bro.
brother.
They just didn't want to give us a fucking month, huh? They said, fuck, man. Stack everything on that month. Fuck these fools.
Also, too, like February, it's like Latino heritage, but it's like the shortest month out of the year.
No, that's Black History Month, though.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's crazy work out of you. Fool.
That's true. There you go.
Guys, if an episode doesn't come out next week, now you know why, bro.
Already canceled.
Already canceled.
Yeah, welcome back, guys. Good stuff. A lot of cool stuff happening this month. The two winners, you should get your package next week.
Sheesh.
Guaranteed.
That's right.
On deck. She's sick. I don't even have that sweater.
You did show me that shit, and it's actually
Yeah.
pretty clean, bro. So
let me know how it goes.
we'll see what's up. Hopefully, they like it.
Sprinkle a little bit of my cologne so you guys can. I'm kidding, but let me know how it goes when you guys get it. Appreciate the support as always. You guys are still commenting.
Low
too.
key, bro. Low key.
All triste.
Shout out to them,
Yeah,
dog.
shout
Thank
out-
you, guys.
Shout out to the two MVPs. If you're not following, our socials, please follow us at anything_evil_podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
This fool's got no energy today.
Yeah, just got to
This
work
fool just got out of work to come to work to leave to work right after.
and then leave that work and then go back to another work.
This fucking guy, bro.
That's right. That's how we do it here. But yeah, please follow us on our socials. Please comment, share. What is it? Comment, share. What's the other one?
Like, comment, and subscribe, bro.
Comment and subscribe. Everything helps. You know what I mean? And if you guys have any feedback, any suggestions, let us know too. Hit us up on our DMs. We've been getting a lot of feedback. And
Hey,
so,
people stop fucking with us, low key, huh?
I mean,
Kind of just got over it. Shit. It's all good though,
yeah,
bro.
it's all good. I mean,
We still do it for those every Friday
those
listeners,
two?
bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
but we're still gonna go strong. We're still working on it, even though we have 30. This is our episode 31st.
That's crazy, bro.
Shit.
That's crazy.
Shit. Just when we make it to like episode 100, when we already have 1 million subscribers, then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we've been fans since number one."
day
Like,
one fans, fool.
fuck no, you
The
weren't.
fuck
Bro,
up.
we know who the day ones are.
Fuck you, fool.
They're right here on our list on our studio.
We
Day
do have a
ones.
list of you guys actually, so
Day ones, and we all and you guys all have little stars too. So if you guys share and stuff, we put a little star next
Share.
to you. If you guys talk shit, we
share that shit.
we take away a star. You know what I mean? But today's topic, we're gonna get a little, could be a little evil. These aren't necessarily true, but in our minds, it is true. Today, we're gonna be talking about, famous, popular myths, folklore, legends. That me and the big dog kind of grew up with. That all our cousins told us. That the stories that were passed on from generations, from like La Chupacabra, fucking Llorona,
La Chupitos,
Cucuy,
El Cucuy,
Slender Man,
La Mano Peluda. I got all the fucking Mexican
La
ones, bro.
Mano Peluda, all those, Cujo. Just kidding, not Cujo.
Damn.
But all those stories that they tell you, like, hey, don't leave your feet out on the bed or else something's gonna grab you.
To this day, fool. To this day, I can't do that shit because
Yeah.
I feel like someone's gonna grab my foot, dog.
Well, we all know it's not true, but then
I'm a
like,
grown ass man.
but at the same time, we don't want to check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that,
Yeah,
bro.
See, that's
There's
see,
too
that-
much. There's too
that's-
much of a big gap from the bottom of my bed frame to the floor.
and that's exactly what
So
we're
that's why I
talking
don't.
about.
Yeah, I won't fuck with that,
Yeah,
bro.
That's what we're gonna be talking about today. We know it's not true, but why does it still scare us? Who knows, man? Who knows? But we're gonna be talking about a couple of those, couple popular ones. So stay tuned. All right, Big Dog. Anything else from you?
No, just thank you guys again. You know how it is here. We're here every Friday. If you guys are joining us every Friday, cool. If you guys are coming every other Friday, cool. I get it. You're trying to get paid. You want to listen to a good episode. But yeah, I'm good over here, dog.
For sure, for sure. All right. So first off, what is folklore? Folklore is a collection of stories, beliefs, customs, and traditions passed down from person to person. So now we're at that age, me and the Big Dog, where we're the people who pass down those like
Yeah.
stories to our nieces, sons, daughters, cats, everything. Like we're at that age where like our older cousins, we all have those older cousins who like, oh, el Chucky te va a agarrar, all that stuff. So it's funny how like now we grew up, and I'm sure a lot of you listeners also are at that age where you're passing down those stories. So pretty much that's what you're doing. You're passing down folklore from what you were told when you were a kid. And that's kind of how all these stories become immortal in a sense, you know what I mean? So yeah, so this is all long before books and television and social media, and that's just kind of how we explain the world was with these stories, Some warned children of danger, some explained the unexplainable, some taught lessons, others existed simply because humans love a good scare. But the interesting part is that folklore changes. Each person who tells a story adds a little something new, details evolve, the fear adapts, the monsters grow. And yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about some like popular ones, that you've all heard, But if you, once the this episode's over, if you have any other suggestions or any other stories that we didn't get to, please let us know. But let's get started. So one that I remember, back in the day, because like me and you are from like, or our parents are from Mexico. Well, you're from Mexico.
Yes, sir.
Illegal and stuff, right? Born
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah, I was born there. Dual citizenship. A little flex. Sorry about that.
You got a bank account over there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, sick. That means you can buy a house.
Do I have ranchos? Yes, sir.
Sick. You have your own space?
Do I have 2 houses? Yes, sir.
Oh, sick. You have a horse? A
4
cow?
of them. I have 4 horses.
Damn.
Family owns a ranch.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I got everything low key.
That's sick. Yeah, see, I'm trying to get that dual
I have a
citizenship.
dog named Panchito out there, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What was your other dog's name?
Which one?
The black dog they used to have.
I don't know, bro. I remember we had Killer, and that's it. I don't remember the other ones because they kind of just they came in and just left.
Too sad. You just blocked that out of your head.
Yeah, fool.
Anyways, well, this one, this story has to do with an animal, La Chupacabra. So like I said, me and the Big Dog were kind of raised in ranches and stuff. And these were the stories that they would tell you, like, hey, don't go out at night because, the Chupacabra is going to come get you. Then you go like, what the fuck is the Chupacabra? So what the Chupacabra supposedly is, who knows if it's true or not. I mean, I've never seen any evidence. But essentially, the story comes from, Puerto Rico in 1995. Farmers began to notice, their livestock, their goats, chickens, horses, other animals. Many of them reported that these animals had puncture wounds on their necks. And the farmers witnessed that they didn't have any blood around the bodies. So, like, essentially, they were drained from blood. And soon, obviously, rumors, whispers spread through the community that something is hunting at night. And then that's what became the creature of the Chupacabra. First, it started being like, oh, it's like a reptile. It's like a, shapeshifter, alien,
Well, they also said they thought it was a vampire, too.
And then, and then it's like a vampire. And then other people was like, oh no, it's just a fucking rabid dog or rabid coyote.
Yeah, they do
who
look
just
pretty weird, bro.
have mange. So mange is like when like those mammals get like a sort of infection, and it just kind of like shaves off their. Have you ever seen like a hairless cat? That's kind of similar to like what mange makes you do. So it makes it look like, dude, you could see all the muscles of all these.
Like a sphinx, right?
Yeah.
Blech.
It's pretty cool, low key, but it is scary to see. And if you see that at night, you're like, what the fuck? You know, you'll trip out. You know what I mean? But that's the thing about folklore, right? Like I was saying earlier, like first it starts off with one story, then that person, you know, passes it down, then it's a fucking vampire, and then that person passes it down, and now it's like a fucking.
And then it reaches like chismosa, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, fool had 3 heads, 17 feet. Like,
then,
damn, fool, what the fuck?
It sucks your blood, but it also takes your head off.
I was sucking everything, fool. I was like, damn, homie. Bring him over here.
Give me a good night, you know. But, you know, as the legend spread across Puerto Rico, then it went to Mexico, then the American Southwest, and then, you know, the creature evolved. And then, like, again, like, skeptics suggested that many sightings were actually coyotes or dogs suffering from this thing called mange. Believers argued otherwise. Was it an alien, a government experiment, or simply fear filling in the blanks? And so, you know, those were, you know, that's like one specific little folklore story that, you know, I grew up with. I remember like watching, like when I had a, you know, DirecTV at my pad. I used to love watching the National Geographic.
Oh yeah.
And they had like a story on the Chupacabra, and then they did show like those.
Well, there's like technically an animal that's like an actual animal that looks like it, no? But they just always confused it with it because they're just like, it looks like it, so we can just say it's that. I can't remember what it's called though, but I do remember seeing that. It's an ugly ass little animal, dog.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is an animal who does do like the blood sucking. It's a bat, vampire bat. You know, bats. That's what they do. They
Vampire bat.
They suck blood. There's a story. So also from the National Geographic, there's a cool story that I saw where, you know, this farmer has like, he has a camera like on all his like little puestos, you know, for his animals, chickens, horses, cows. He has a little like night vision camera, and he noticed that a bunch of his chickens always, you know, woke up cold, dead, and no blood. And then he put this camera up, and then he saw there was this vampire bat, bro, that was biting like the ankle of his chicken.
Oh shit!
It was biting the ankle of his chicken, and it was there for like an hour or two, and the chicken didn't notice because it's supposedly like it's a small, like their teeth are like really small. So like,
yeah,
it'll hurt, but then like you won't even notice anything.
That's insane, especially from the ankles, bro. I don't even know chicken had ankles and shit.
Yeah, the little feet, chicken feet.
The little chicken feet.
Yeah.
Have you ever had chicken feet?
Hell no, dude. Fuck that. I'm not gonna. People suck on that, right?
They eat them, bro.
Hell no. But yeah, like the vampire bat.
Yeah.
You know, it does that, and you know those are real stories. Those really do exist. But this Chupacabra, you know, who knows if it exists or not? I mean, there's no pictures necessarily, but there's a lot of stories. I mean, these animals did wake up dead with puncture wounds and no blood.
Which is crazy because I didn't even know that it started in Puerto Rico, dog.
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh? Fucking chismos and just all of a sudden it's
it
in
came
fucking
over
Mexico
here.
and shit.
And then it came over here, yeah. Oh, it must have been that animal from Puerto Rico.
Again, El Chupapito. That's my ex-wife, fool.
Yeah.
No, Bob.
But people said it looked like, you know, it was about 3 to 4 feet tall, gray, greenish skin, large red eyes, sharp fangs, spines running down its back, clawed hands and feet, and it could jump incredible distances. Some said that it looked like a kangaroo too, like a fucking malnourished kangaroo, which is like, I guess, you know, there's no kangaroos over there in Puerto Rico.
I was about to ask, yeah.
But I mean, I guess there's a link between the way it looks and a movie. So these stories started coming out when there was this movie called Species that came out here in the United States. One of the most fascinating twists is that the original witness who helped popularize the story later admitted that the creature she saw resembled the alien from this movie called Species, which that movie is pretty trippy. It's just like a person, it's like a hot chick.
Yeah.
She lures you in, and she turns to this fucking like reptilian animal, and she just
Wait, that's kind of
essentially
like
eats
the one in Japan, right?
you.
The lady that turns into a spider?
Yeah, the Mayongomo, which
She's Moses, huh? They just
Yeah,
traveled
see,
all the way to
now-
Japan. Now it's a fucking.
now it's a reptilian, right?
So,
Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's what happens. But again, like I said, is it real? Who knows? Some people did say it's like an alien, right? Because aliens at this time was like pretty popularized too, like a bunch of sightings, right? Technology was new, so there's like the VCR, like the camcorders where you could see shit, right? And people linked aliens to the Chupacabra, right? Because they couldn't understand what it was. And then other people said it was an experiment gone wrong and whatever. But why do we love the Chupacabra? Well, the Chupacabra is cool because, it's the fear of the unknown, because we don't know what it is, what it looks like. We just know the outcome of it, the sadly, like the deaths that it leaves behind.
yeah.
The another reason we like the Chupacabra is the anxiety about losing livelihoods, right? So it's like they eat your cows, they eat your your chickens, all that, and it's like why, like how do they get in? It's just like a bunch of stuff like that. And the way another reason is the way the communities explain strange events, right? Like somebody says, like, oh, there's puncture wounds, no blood. Other ones say that there's like no organs in the body, right? It's just a lot of cool myths, and crazy things, and then that all spreads, like Big Dog said, chismosas. They say, oh yeah, I was attacked by the Chupacabra, but it couldn't pierce my skin. I fought it. I punched it in the face. But then like those people call in, and then it's just a big myth, I guess. But it could be real. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows, bro? I heard a lot about the Chupacabra growing up.
Yeah, and like I said, I remember like going to my grandma's pad in TJ in Mexico también, and be like, hey, don't go out to that like that farmland over there, because the Chupacabra was gonna come and get you.
That's how it was for us
You know
in
what I mean?
the little rancho that we're at. My uncle has his own farm out there, and it's crazy because he has a shit ton of land, bro. So he has a lot of like corn mazes.
Oh, fuck.
So obviously you only see like
You get
the
lost
top.
real
You
quick,
get
too.
lost. So he's like, yeah, don't go out there, bro, because there's something out there killing shit. And they've said it like once or twice that they found bodies and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they were just telling us that shit to scare us. But I mean, fuck, you do get lost hella fast, bro.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's actually pretty scary.
Yeah, dude. Imagine that. Fuck no, dude. Yeah, so that's like the Chupacabra. If anybody has any funny Chupacabra stories, please link them down here, on the comments, or, send us a little DM. You know what I mean? Another funny story that you guys might be familiar with is the Bloody Mary. Did you ever do the Bloody Mary, Big Dog?
I did.
Go in a bathroom,
I
close the
did.
door.
We did it in fifth. I think it was third or fourth. No, fourth grade. I remember there was a bunch of us, and we ran into the bathroom, and they're like, "Oh, do it." But we did Candyman the way.
Oh, Candyman.
We did the
same
Candyman
thing,
one,
yeah.
but the Bloody Mary one was apparently a girl actually saw her, and the next day she was gone. Like,
And then I see
and that's the shit like where it's just like, well, maybe she just transferred, and motherfuckers are just connecting
maybe
the
she
two.
moved
Yeah,
that
but
day.
I remember everybody was like, "Oh, what happened to so and so?"
See?
She's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she said the Bloody Mary shit."
Yeah, see, that's
And
how shit happens.
bro, I remember going home and just that
That's
same
what
night
happens.
I couldn't sleep, so I went into my mom's room and I was like, "Bro, I need to sleep with you guys." She's like, "You can sleep on the floor." I was like, "All right."
On the floor with the monsters.
Oh, low-key.
The monsters. Yeah, so pretty much, the folklore with that, with Bloody Mary, it's, you stand in front of a mirror in a dark bathroom. You light a candle and you say Bloody Mary 3 times. Bloody Mary.
Don't do it, bro.
Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary.
This fool. There's a mirror right there too. Man.
And then you wait. And then the legend, and if the legend is true, a ghostly woman will appear in the mirror. Depending on who tells the story, she'll scream, scratch your face, drag you into the mirror, steal your soul, or simply just stare back at you, which is all a trip, you know? And so where did that legend come from? Well, the creepy part is that we don't know. There's a bunch of like, you know, like origin stories with the Bloody Mary. Some say that, I don't know if you remember, the way I remember the Bloody Mary is the Mary #1 of England, known as Bloody Mary. She ruled England from 1553 to 1558, and she earned that nickname after executing a bunch of people, you know, in front of her castle, you know. And then some people believe that that's her soul, you know, was cursed with all that blood, and then now she's in the fucking mirror, you know. Also Candyman. Candyman's the same thing, right? There's famous movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer that's based on Candyman. The same thing, right? That fool just comes out to get you, you know, because if you dare to say those words
with this hook, yeah,
he'll fucking just hook onto you and fucking drag
you.
you.
But isn't it crazy that fool was made out of bees?
Yeah.
Like bees start coming down in the mirror too, apparently, or some shit.
Yeah, it's scary as
That's
fuck,
just,
bro.
and then it was Candyman, Bloody Mary, and was it Baby Blue or Blue Ivy or some shit?
I don't remember.
There was a baby one too. I can't remember the baby one though. But yeah, I remember we did all three, bro.
Yeah.
We were just all fucking all brave and shit.
And you know the funny thing is there's actual like science behind it. Like the reason why people are scared is because there's actual science. So this might be the strangest explanation because it's completely real. But staring at your reflection.
Oh, it makes you see shit, right?
Yeah, staring at your reflection in dim light for several minutes can cause a phenomenon called the Doxler's fading effect. Your brain begins filtering out unchanging details, causing your face to appear distorted.
That's crazy.
People report seeing their faces melting, features shifting, strangers staring in the back, even monstrous versions of themselves. So when people, you know, scream for real, it's because they're probably seeing something super scary that, you know, has to do with yourself, right? Like your brain and all that. And then obviously, you know, Bloody Mary, if it's not true, it'll haunt your like your dreams, your nightmares, and then, you know, all that stuff. But pretty much the Bloody Mary, the Candyman, it's all like a rite of passage. Like, oh, tienes los huevos, güey? Pues vete al baño y
do it, fool.
But say it loud so we can hear you.
And I remember it was always like, oh, you have to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
So that's when everybody came out. Oh, he can't. You hear them yelling. They came out and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck that, bro. I gotta go to class, homie.
Have you ever done it to like any of your like younger family members? Like
no, but when we did it a few times, I can't remember who it was, but I don't know if you remember in Edison, the lights, you know how you walk in and there's that stall, you walk in and then you make like the quick right, obviously the bathroom. So the lights were right there, bro. So we closed the door, and I remember we were doing it. We slightly opened it, we turned off the lights off, and then we started banging on the door, bro. Traumatized that poor kid, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, that's how they got me. You know, like those cousins, they say, "Oh, say it loudly," so that they could hear you say it the third time, and then they just turn off the light switch, or like the, what do they call, like the, what's that thing called? That controls the whole house panel.
Oh, the breaker.
The breaker, yeah. Then they turn off the breaker, and so you think it's
that's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we all have to go through it, bro. It's a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage, bro. They all gotta know.
So you get your huevos back, mijo. You're good.
Te crees muy verga, ¿verdad? Pues ándale.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
So I remember those days. It happened to me a couple times. You know, and I didn't see anything, but now I wouldn't dare do it anymore.
I wouldn't do it now. Shit, fool. There's times I'll be here in the studio or whatever, and the lights just go off, bro, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait till they turn back on, bro.
I just feel like I'm so tapped into like the whole like paranormal now, like that. It's like, oh fuck, you know what? That could be real, and like I don't want myself staring back at me because that's just kind of weird, you know.
Bro, there's even been times where like we've stayed at Airbnbs, and like, you know how like sometimes they have like the walk-in closets, but like the sliding doors are mirrors. Bro, I remember one time we stayed at this cabin, and I think it was like Big Bear. And I remember hearing tapping on the fucking glass window, dog. And I was like, all right, bro, I ain't fucking sleeping on this side. Hell nah.
Shit like that, man. It's fucking insane.
And in the middle of nowhere too, dog. Fuck.
Yeah, and then like you're not familiar with that house. You don't know what the fuck.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, that's like our little story with Bloody Mary. Again, if you have a Bloody Mary story, please let us know. Comment. And share some of those fears some of those nightmares that you had with that. Another one that you'll hear, easy, still holds true to this day. Don't hang your feet from the bed, off the bed. This one doesn't even have a name. It's just simply a warning. Don't let your feet hang over the edge of the bed because something underneath might grab them. And no one tells you exactly what it is, but they don't have to. Almost everyone remembers the feeling. You wake up in the middle of the night, your foot slips too close to the edge, and suddenly your heart races. You're like, like you feel that cold. You pull it back under the covers quickly as possible because you're afraid of whatever that thing is.
Hell yeah,
you know what
dude.
I mean? And the fear appears all over, like in every single culture. Everything's, they're all called differently, but it's all the same thing. Like things are underneath you. Things always hide, and things are always just trying to look for an opportunity to, fuck your life, fuck your life up.
Fuck your shit up.
Scare you up. You know what I mean? And I read a cool thing on that, kind of like that story or that little myth. There's a cool legend somewhere in Japan where it's like, that's what it does. It's meant to scare you enough because once you get scared, a little bit of your soul comes out of your body. And then once your soul comes out, then that, demon
grabs it or
goes
something.
in your body. And then now it's like, I took over your fucking body.
Yeah, that's
now.
crazy, bro.
And so it's like, haha, bitch, you fucking put your foot out. Like you're asking for this.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, and it's like, but yeah, a lot of kids, automatically do that now. I think, now like, since we're old, a veces, when we're tired and stuff, you just knock out on our bed, and sometimes our feet hang out or our leg, like maybe a half our leg hangs out, and then you wake up and your fucking leg is sore as fuck,
Well, yeah, it's all numb because all the fucking
yeah, all that gravity, and all that stuff. So I think now we just tell our kids not to do it. We scare them not to do it because we don't want them to get those like intumidos, right?
Yeah.
All numb. Like we don't want their limbs to fall asleep. And so I think now it's just like hey man, do you want to wake up sore? All right, well don't hang your feet off the bed. But obviously kids won't like relay that information. They won't they'll be like, oh fuck you, I'm gonna keep hanging my feet off. But if you tell them like, hey, there's a fucking monster that's gonna grab your legs, it's true. And then you just wait under the bed, and then they hang their feet, and then you grab them. And then
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Pa que sepan, pa que aprendan. They gotta learn, just like how we learned. But like it all comes from when humans used to sleep outdoors, being vulnerable to things in the dark. Predators could attack our exposed limbs. So that's just what it is. And like I mentioned to the big dog earlier before we started recording, we know this shit, like this one specifically, we know this one's not true, but we ain't gonna fucking check under that bed, even though we know it ain't true,
That's why there's times, bro, where like whenever my phone falls under my bed, I just fucking leave it there, bro. That's how scary. If I don't wake up tomorrow, all good. Fool, I'll pick that shit up tomorrow. Cause fuck that. Especially cause like I sleep next to a mirror, dog. So sometimes I like turn around and I think I see a reflection, but obviously it's me all fucking delusional and shit. But who knows,
Not that, bro. I think your house is.
My house is definitely haunted,
bro.
fool.
There's something in there.
That house is too old for you.
Yeah, I think that's
1922.
It's just what it is.
There's no way, bro.
It was built on burial ground. Yeah, so those are some of the. That's another funny, silly one, that was passed down to us when we were kids, and something I'm gonna pass down to, my kids, my, nephews, nieces, and nephews, and all that. Another funny one, just because we have to kind of talk about this, like the main queen, the queen bee right here, La Llorona. Same thing.
Shout out.
Don't hang out too much at night. Come home after sunset, because if you're out too late by yourself, the Llorona's gonna come get you. So what is the Llorona? Do you know the story of the Llorona?
Bro, I've heard so many different
Yeah, there's
kinds.
like a couple variations, right?
I think from what I remember, it's this lady that was married
Mm-hmm.
that ended up having an affair with some guy, and I think the guy was like, well, if we run away, like, I want you by yourself. I don't want like your baggage, which
Your
was
kids.
her kids. So then she's
Dang.
like, bet. So then she drowned her 2 kids.
Wow.
And then the vato was like, I'm good, bro. Like, you're crazy.
Oh shit.
So that's why they said she's crying for her kids, because
That's not what I meant.
well, I just said leave them with your fucking husband, fool, man.
Yeah.
But that's what I heard.
Okay,
That's one of the
that's
stories
the
that
one
I
you
heard. Yeah.
I heard something similar, but like, I heard that it was like Hernan Cortez's wife. So like the fucking conquistadores, that came to America.
Yeah.
So I heard it was Hernan Cortez's, wife. They had a family and all that, and this chick loved, her husband. But then she kind of found out that he was fucking around with other people. And then out of spite, she's like, I'm going to get you back by killing your kids, right? Because, back in those days, like your son was going to be the one that's going to keep your name.
Yeah.
And, all that stuff. And, and at it, like I said, like this chick, hell have no fury like a woman scorned, as they say. She's like, I'm going to get you back and I'm going to kill your kids. But then as soon as she killed them, then she had like remorse, right? Clearly, obviously, like
yeah, fuck.
kids are innocent, right? And pretty much she ran away, and then she just kept on crying, La Llorona, right? Saying, my kids. And so the way I was taught not to, be out so late was because I think like my mom was like, don't be out too late because the Llorona's looking for her kids. So if you're out there,
She's gonna take you.
she's gonna take you because she wants kids. She wants, but like it's like a fucking demon, zombie, whatever the fuck.
But I'm thinking of like shit that's like, what would scare me if I was like stuck in the middle of nowhere? Like, would it be like hearing someone following me, seeing eyes, or hearing a fucking lady yelling "mis hijos, mis hijos"? Like, I'm like, bro, and that shit gives me chills to this day, bro.
I think
like,
I have a Facebook video of supposedly in Mexico, like somebody hearing the Llorona. Maybe it's like
she's known as the weeping willow, right, or some shit like that. But I think they kind of have like the similar. I think that's where the English version is, where she got with like another guy, and like the guy was like, "Nah, I don't want your shit, homie," and then she killed her kids, and that's when that foot dipped.
She also had like a fucking wedding dress too, right? So yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah, she was like in a white dress.
Yeah.
So I took a lot of people like mistaking her for the Bloody Mary too.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, she drowned her kids, so she's not gonna have blood on her, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, like that.
Yeah.
That's
Just
scary.
hearing a woman cry like that too.
Yeah,
is
low
just
key,
kinda
and especially
scary.
out of nowhere, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, remember that time we were watching?
Uh-huh.
That one time we were watching VHS at my house.
Yeah. Oh fuck no, I couldn't watch that movie.
And
bro.
then we were driving home, and then we saw that random old lady just sitting on the fucking middle of the street, bro. Remember that shit?
What the
Oh my
fuck?
god, bro, that shit. Oh,
Yeah, could have been a
that shit.
lady tripping out.
That movie traumatized me,
Yeah.
bro. And like, it wasn't even scary, but it was just all the shit that we saw that night, bro. That shit fucked me up.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, but those are those are stories that we heard. Whew. Yeah, I remember. I just that video that video that you guys heard. I've had it on my Facebook for like fucking years, bro. It's fucking trippy, dude.
Yeah, that was one of those stories where like that one always, especially when we would go visit Mexico, bro, and we would stay like close to the rancho and shit. or by the train tracks or whatever. They're like, oh, if you guys ever hear anything at night, don't pay attention to it. I'm like, bitch, what do you mean don't pay attention to it?
Run the other way.
Like, fuck that, bro. Like, there was a time we spent the night at my grandma's house, and I stayed in her room. And obviously, like, where they live, their house is placed on the corner. Her bedroom is, like, kind of on the corner. But there's a door to get into her room from the outside. It's one of the ones that, like, the little window where you can open it. Yeah. Bro, I heard someone trying to open that shit. Like, and the scary part was that I heard the main door, like, from inside the house to her room, like, trying to hear somebody unlock it. And then, like, 5 minutes later, I heard it outside. And, bro, ever since that day, I've never stayed the night at my grandma's house, bro, because that shit fucked me up, dog.
Isn't it weird how, like, and I don't want to, like, talk shit on, like, Mexico and shit, but, like, isn't it weird how, like, because I had every time I went to, like, my grandma's house, too, every time, bro, I'd always hear fucking voices. I'd always hear shit, like, trying to come in.
And you know what's crazy, bro? I'm kind of, like, I've always thought about, like, this, maybe the connection's just, like, reaching. It always makes me think, why was my grandma so religious, right? Like, is there something that happened in her life? Like, is she protecting herself from shit, right? Because, you know, there's your normal, like, religious people, but then there's the people that are, like, die on this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I always wonder, like, her house is very, like, you know, you got your, because they're Catholic, you got your crosses, Bibles everywhere, bro. And it's just, like, you always hear stories about, like, oh, like, don't go to the basketball courts down the street because there's a dancing clown that comes out and all this bullshit, bro. And I'm like, bro, what
every
the
single
fuck?
way you look, there's always something.
Anywhere.
Right? Yeah.
And the thing is with her, where her house is at, like, whichever part you decide to go on the road, it's either a dead straight shot going down to something or going up to something, bro. And then obviously all the little alleys with the different houses, like, bro, motherfuckers can just be running left and right, just scaring the shit out of you, bro. So her house was hella scary to stay at, bro.
Yeah, that's a trip. Yeah, I had similar experiences too with, like, you know, my grandma's my grandma's house. Same thing, bro. It's just, like, super devoted. It's like, grandma, like, por qué, like, why are you so, like, the same question you just asked, like, why are you so religious? Like, did something happen to you? Like, can you see something that we cannot see? Obviously, there's a rumor, or not a rumor, but something like that's happened to me that I'm still trying to figure out if it's true or not. Supposedly, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast, and it's going to be a big ass tangent, but, you know, I'll get some more explanation later. I'm still asking questions and shit, but pretty much, like, when before I was born, supposedly, my story is that I was cursed in the womb.
Oh, shit.
Because, and it sounds like it's from a movie too. So my dad had this chick, you know, he had, like, his, you know, side chick, and he had a kid with her, which is my half brother, Juan. And then, you know, my dad ended up, you know, kind of splitting, leaving and whatever, right? And then that woman always looked for my dad, and then she saw one time, like, at a grocery store, she saw my dad with another woman, which is my mom, and she couldn't curse the kid that was with them, because that's my brother. He was already out and open and whatever, but she's like, fuck this guy, fuck this lady, I'm gonna curse
your next baby.
I'm gonna curse your next baby, and which was me. And then supposedly, when I was, like, born, there's a bunch of complications. And I do have my baby book. And, like, there's a bunch of, like, hospital visits. Like, just abnormally weird hospital visits. I was always sick and que no sé qué. And then, like, sometime when I was, like, 3 years old, I remember being walked down, like, the vecindad, like, in my grandma's old house. And we walked into, like, this weird dark room, and I guess it was like a gypsy or something, some kind of, like, you know, brujeria kind of shit. And then she's like, oh yeah, este niño sí tiene, you know, like, sí tiene algo este niño.
Vale verga, bro.
No, sí, sácalo de aquí, right?
Tiraron la basura.
And then she ended up, like, helping me out, I guess. She's like, oh yeah, he was cursed in the womb. I don't know who it was, but it's some kind of curse where it's like, you know, it's gonna suck his life out and he's not gonna live long. And it's, like, kind of like that.
Fuck, bro.
And it's like, but she's like, oh, but I can take off that curse for $5.99.
$5.99 right now, fool. I'll fix that, fool.
5,000 pesos y yo lo quito ahorita. No hay problema. And then so
she's like, the only thing is, I'm gonna make him blind. That's his trade-off. So he's gonna need glasses when he's older.
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
And so they took off this curse, and then right after she took off the curse, she told my mom like, "Oh, doña, este niño tiene un don," which is like a gift, supposedly. And she's like, and my mom was like, "Oh, what's the gift?" He's like, "Oh, he's able to travel, astral project, and he's able to like go out of his body and travel across the world." Kind of like, and then
Che, that's so Raven over here, or what?
no, like what's that fucking movie, Insidious?
Oh, fuck.
But like,
you can go to the other side type shit.
You can go to the other side, but when you go to the other side, you leave your open body susceptible to
another
all
demon
these.
can take it. I love Insidious. It's such a good movie, bro.
Yeah. So every time you astral project, you have to have a buddy to bring you back or to protect you from all these other dark spirits.
This whole time you're just taking acid trips and shit. Sick ass, fool.
Well, my uncle was like, hey, sister, I can help your son do that. I can do that too. I have that power. And so does this guy, my cousin, Chipmunk.
Oh, Chipmunk, yeah.
And then my mom was like, hell no, don't teach him nothing. Like, no. Like, I need him to forget about this. And then so she didn't continue with like all that stuff to make me more susceptible to do that stuff. But then my cousin, when people started dying in my family, I kept on seeing ghosts of them. Like when my grandpa died, I saw him.
Yeah, I remember you said you would see him in your brother's room, no? Or
I saw him in my brother's room. I saw him in the ceiling.
In the ceiling, yeah. Oh.
And then I was like,
that's crazy,
and
bro.
people were like, I don't, are you sure you see him? I'm like, dude, he's right fucking there. I could see him right now. And it's like, people were like, and then you would hear whispers. They would be like, oh, Paulina, sí.
Pinche niño demonio.
¿Sí le dieron las lecciones?
¿Sí pagaron 5,000 pesos, güey?
No me digas que pagaron. You know? And then, so like I started seeing weird stuff. And then eventually, like my cousin Chipmunk, he ended up telling me, he's like, oh yeah, dude, like when you were little, you know, you were taken to this doctor and she said that, you know, this and this happened to you. And, you know, you have the power to do this. And, you know, I have that same power too. And so does your Tío Junior. And then when my Tío Junior died, same thing. Me and Chipmunk were the only ones that were able to see him. And it's just like a weird thing. And then I remember too, my Uncle Junior, before he died, he would always say like, oh yeah, I've been to Paris already. Oh yeah, I've already been to Australia. I've been to all these places, dude. Yeah. And he would bring stuff from there. Like he would like actually like bring stuff from London and fucking Paris. I don't know how he would do that, but somehow he would do it. And then I would never believe him. But it wasn't until my cousin told me about this crazy little story about how I was cursed as a baby. And then now I started believing shit. I don't necessarily still truly believe in all that stuff. But, you know, like I said, I am like I was mentioning earlier about the feet off the bed. You know, I feel like I'm a little bit more tapped into like the paranormal side now of life. And so like, and I think it's because of that, you know, like it's just, you know, like when I was a kid, that's the kind of shit that I went through. And, you know, I'm able to do that, I guess. Or maybe my left brain or my right brain, something like that. Like your right brain is more powerful. I don't know. But short tangent, that's a short story of how I'm able to see shit and how I believe all this stuff and like the monsters under the bed and all that, you know? You know what I mean? What do you think about that, Big Dog? Have you ever heard that story? Have I ever told you that?
I don't think you ever told me that, bro.
What do you think about me now?
See, it's crazy not to get like serious and shit. Like your family has gone through so much shit, bro. Like obviously we grew up, we've had similar like issues, situations, and whatever. But like looking back now, I think your whole family was just cursed by like.
I think so.
Think
too.
about it, fool. Just the shit that you fools have gone through, like
I think so too.
Your house, all the shit
and you know what? It's so funny you say that. I don't know why. I feel like when my mom passed away, obviously it's super sad, right? You know, fucking saddest time of my life and all that. But then like for some reason, I felt like for the first time ever, I started like seeing like the joy in life. Like, I mean, you know me, right? Like,
yeah.
we watch like comedy shows and like you fucking laugh out loud, but I don't laugh at all. You know, like I have like, I don't, it's funny, but I'm not like laughing like that. And like, it's because, I don't know, I just don't laugh.
Well, I do know there's a thing where, like, let's just say whoever like cursed your mom, obviously they say the only way to get rid of that spirit is by taking away the main body, which in this case, with all due respect, would be your mom. So I think what you're feeling is that sense of once your mom laid in rest or laid in peace, like that demon died, that curse died.
Yeah.
Also, you know, so like, and that's, I'm telling you, bro, goosebumps all over my shirt right now. Like, it's crazy to think about because that's happened a lot of times, like, and like with families that where we're from, and the rancho that we have, because it's a really small rancho, bro. So everybody knows each other, dog.
Yeah.
They're saying that there's been times where like the devil took over the church, and those who were possessed were the only ones able to go in. So let's just say if you were holy, whatever, blah blah, you couldn't open the doors to the front of the church.
Really? Dang.
It was literally the people that were like
badass.
That was some crazy shit, bro. Yeah. And like, again, is it people fabricating all this shit? Who knows?
That folklore.
But the fact that like it was multiple people saying it, you know, it wasn't just like, oh, el pinche vato loco.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, bro, it was like families that like, bro, like we tried opening the church and we couldn't. You know, certain people, like, if it was the drunks or like people that were demonic, whatever the fuck, they were able to go into the church. Yeah. And so like, you know, they said once that individual passed away, like that curse was uplifted. Right. And then their family was fine.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like that could happen. Because I know my mom, she would say, like, she was cursed a lot of times. Like,
and it's crazy, bro, because, like, I feel like when our parents were kids, like, all that shit was heavy, bro. Like, oh, like, the aliens, the fucking demons, El Diablo, Chupacabra, like, it was all, like, during their time, I guess you can say. Yeah. So, like,
I remember my mom said she played the Ouija board, too, because it was, like, brand new. Imagine that.
Your mom was fucking
brave, brand new board game that
I wouldn't even fucking, bro. And it's funny to me when I see it like at Barnes and Nobles and shit. Like, how the fuck are they just casually selling this shit, bro? But I was like, hey, some white kid was gonna buy that shit tonight.
Oh yeah. But back again, like now, like, and I don't want to say that it was because of my mom. That's why like I had like this fucking cloud over me and shit like that. Maybe in a sense, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna live for my mom too, and I'm gonna look at the bright side too. I mean, you know,
you can see it in many different ways.
But like now, I do notice that like, just the other day, I was talking to my lady, and I was like watching Malcolm in the Middle, just reruns, and like I never used to laugh at Malcolm in the Middle
it's a good show,
or
bro.
Any show like that, you know. And I would watch Malcolm in the Middle, and I would fucking laugh, and I'd be like, well, dude. This has never happened to me ever in my life. I'd never laughed ever. And so, you know, maybe it is because that or that, but who knows, right? If anybody knows, please let me know.
Demonic ass fools that do rituals and shit, let my boy know.
Let me know if you can.
Because that's how I learned about certain shit like that. That's how when people are like, oh, check if there's an egg under your fridge.
Oh, yeah. I heard about the egg.
Yeah, you know, like, do you need a lavada and all this shit or what? Or a limpieza, sorry.
I've also seen, you know, back to like the whole, you know, feet under the bed where like the demon, you know, touches your leg and it scares you and your soul comes out and then that demon takes over your body. Supposedly, you know, it happens to people with like, so let's, you know, like me and you, let's say, you know, we know each other from like the back of our hands, right? Like we know every single step, but then all of a sudden one summer I'm completely different, you know, like
is that switch, bro?
Yeah. And they say when you notice your friends that you've known for a long time and they just change up, like their attitude changes and everything just changes, they say that their soul is lost and is trying to come back, but their body has been taken over of another negative entity.
That's crazy,
you know what I mean? And they say that also too, if you drink a lot, right? That's why they call it spirits.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
If you drink a lot, you're
allowing the spirits. Yeah,
you're kind of leaving yourself open
for the spirits to take over. That's what they say. That's what they say a lot of times when you black out.
Yeah,
supposedly that's a lore that when you black out, it's your temple opening up, leaving your soul.
Yeah.
And you're just wandering and shit. That's why you're, I don't remember
Yeah,
anything last
exactly.
night.
Yeah, you don't remember. Yeah, so
Like, fool,
hey,
you jumped off the roof. What do you mean? You're not feeling it? Nah, bro, I'm chilling. Like, all right.
bro, you pissed in the sink.
Yeah. I remember that.
You were fucking washing with the sponge and the piss was your soap. The fuck was that?
Don't mix, kids. Don't mix.
But yeah, man, some funny, some cool little stories. I know I went on a little bit of a tangent at the last half, but those are some of the, some of the folklore we grew up with. If you have anything like that, I pretty much just named like the top 3 that we kind of know, right? Bloody Mary, Llorona, and all those Chupacabras and all those weird stories. But if you have any other, folklore legends,
Yeah, let us know wherever you guys are from.
Yeah.
If you guys have any type of shit like that you guys grew up with.
Yeah, I know there's like the Mothman, right?
The Mothman. Oh, that's in a different
That's
state.
like the East Coast for sure.
The Midwest, I think.
Yeah. There's also the New Jersey Devil.
The New Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
That
New
one's
Jersey
fucking
Devil.
sick.
I don't know about that one, but
even the Leprechaun, low key. Leprechaun's
yeah.
one. Even there's Bigfoot. There's what's the one that comes out?
Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness?
Loch Ness.
There you go.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, bro. And I think it'll be kind of cool to go like state by state to see what kind of shit we can like figure out about that, because that's actually pretty cool.
I'm down. Yeah, if you guys want to hear a part 2, let us know. There's also Bermuda Triangle. The ice wall.
Obviously, like
the ice wall.
Area 51 type shit.
Antarctica. Ice wall.
Yeah, bro.
Flat Earth.
Dude. We'll get to it next time, but.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up and shoot over an emoji. Which emoji today?
What'll be a good one today? Let's do like a random one, cause
see if you guys are really listening.
Let me see. What'll be a good emoji? I don't know. You pick. Oh, let's do the clapping hands that everybody thinks they're praying.
Yeah, the thank you hands.
No. There's the thank you hands and then there's the praying hands, but it's really just 2 people high fiving each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you guys get it, you get it.
Yeah.
Type shit.
For sure.
And also let us know if you guys ever played the Ouija board. I actually do want to like hear
if
real? People have actually experienced certain shit.
And if we get 500 likes, we'll play the Ouija board.
Nah, don't do it, bro, because they will all get together and fucking. I'm playing that shit.
Yeah. Anyways, well, that's our episode today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all I got for you, big dog.
Thank you, guys. I know sometimes we do these episodes and then, we get all serious and then we just go into a tangent, but it's just like, I think that's what you guys enjoy. Obviously when we go, just share our own personal stuff, lets you guys get to know us a little more. But yeah, thank you guys again. For those who are still listening with us weekly, thank you. We do it for you guys. At this point, if you stay with us for the next 10 weeks, the next 2 weeks, whatever the fuck, like, we appreciate you. So yeah, give us a like, share us to your neighbor, like chismosa, so she can tell all her friends and shit. But other than that, I'm good, bro. Thank you guys.
For sure.
See you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Later.
All right, late.